Hi everyone, welcome to Sewing Tuesday. So we're going to play with our jelly rolls, and I think I'm going to do a series on this because I realized there's a lot we can do with jelly rolls. So today we are going to actually make a cover using these. So what I'm going to do is just pick out what I want and cut them down to size, and we're going to go to the sewing machine and play. So there's tons of different ones, so I'm thinking I want dark at the bottom and a couple lighter ones at the top. So this is the beauty, we can just lay them out, play, see what we want. Sorry if it's not fully in frame. This is a completely new setup, and I know I keep saying that. Part of, I guess, getting a new house. I'm trying to figure out new setups. New doing. Okay. Oh, that one I already cut into. No wonder why it wasn't already folded. Alright, so we have this, and then let's see, we have this one. And you have to take an allowance, your seam allowance when you're sewing. My guess is, so half of this is like way bigger than what we need. They're like 21 inches. So I'll be cutting them in half. I think this height is way more than what we need. And I kind of like that. Yeah, why not? Or should we just go take that one out and switch that around? Let's see. How much would this be height-wise? Oh yeah, this would be more than enough height-wise, even with the seam allowance. Alright, so I just realized I don't have much of stuff here. Hold on. Okay, so I cut this end, cut these tops, and I'm going to separate these, and then what we're going to do is prep these on here and get them prepped to sew. We only need one. These aren't going to be evenly done because I didn't iron them before we did this. I don't like ironing. I do it, but I don't like it. And I only iron fabric. I'm not a big iron person for clothes, which is fine. Alright, so now that we have these set up, we are going to take them to the sewing machine. Okay, so we're back at my sewing machine. Hopefully this is a completely different angle. So I'm really hoping this will work for you guys. Please let me know in the link below what you think. And I'm going to just sew these. And so just, you know how I keep telling you with you can see all my upper parts now. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to try this new angle. It'll be really beneficial when we start machine layering these pieces together. So when you turn it on, that's your stitch length. And by default, it's 2.2, which is fine for sewing fabric. But with paper, it's not. Alright, so I am going to use my seam allowance. That is going to be right at the end of this. Seam allowance on a cover really doesn't matter. On a quilt, that's where it matters. So hopefully you guys can see just fine. Then I stop and adjust. Now as you can see, these are off, but that doesn't matter because you're not going to see them. Alright. I think I'm gonna, these are very fall-y colors kind of, so I think I want to use these for some fall journal. And that will work. Now this is chain stitching. I love chain stitching because it takes less thread. You don't have to do a lot of thread. And no, I am not a big pinner unless I have to be. If I need to pin, I'll pin, but stuff like this, I'm not that big of a pinner. And I don't really care what color my thread is because you're not going to see it for this. Now when I machine it, I probably will switch it. Alright. So I'm going to pull this up, cut it, and I want to cut this. And then what I'm going to do is, I'm not even going to take it and sew it. I'm going to open this up, and we are going to, let's see how fully, we'll add another strip if we need to, but hopefully this will be big enough for our journal. Okay, now we're going to move back to and assemble everything. So, be right back. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I am just pressing this open. Just finger pressing it. It doesn't need to be more than that. Let's see how big this is, tall. This is about 8.5. Yeah, that'll work. The other way to double check is here. I have a folded piece of paper. This is 8.5 by 11. Oh, yeah, we should add another one. Maybe we'll add this to it. Okay, I'm going to go add this to it and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am really liking that extra layer. So here we go. Here is our cover. And I am, as much as I don't want to iron, I think I'm going to. This is very wonky, so let me set that up. Again, I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to, there it is. I'm going to take my iron and just, now to get rid of bulk, you can iron these open, but I just don't care because it's not going to matter. flip this around and see how much smoother that looks. There we go. It's just looking a little weird. Perfect. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna trim this. Ooh. Okay. So let's move the ironing board. Definitely don't need that. And we need to trim this up some. And we are going to use, for the inside, I'm going to be using a wallpaper. Sorry, my brain just wants a little. So we're going to use wallpaper for the inside. Sorry, I just want to get that unplugged. And this is going to be the center. So what I'm going to do is just put that right there. We're going to cut this a little, cut over here a little with our gingham scissors. If I can find my gingham scissors, because I've just been rearranging, so who knows where things are at the moment. This is the bad part of rearranging. Oh, I see them. Score! Hold on. Okay, so we're at a weird angle. Hopefully this turns out okay. I just want you guys to be able to see the sewing machine. All right, so here we go. So we are going to start with sewing this inseam, and I want decorative stitches. Here's the way my sewing machine is. Here's all these decorative stitches. And I think what I'm going to do, because I want to turn this into I don't know what kind of journal. It screams fall, but it really isn't fall, so I don't know. Anyhow, I'm going to do this stitch for some, or let's do 62. It's like little leaves. So for my machine, every machine's different. I have to put the mode button, and then I hit 63. I have to technically change the foot, but with that said, I lost that foot. So this one's gonna have to do. So when I'm putting this down, I'm making sure like I'm feeling with my fingers to make sure that this is the envelope. And then I just hold it and it goes. Decorative stitches have a okay. So hopefully you guys can see that. It's so cute. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch and do a zigzag of some sort. Gosh, get down. Whew, this really needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to do an 04, which is kind of which is this zigzag, which is kind of, it's a fun zigzag. I'm going to do it on this side. And then I'm going to end it with the same one we did, but instead of 63, I'm going to do 62, and that's going to add just a tad bit different because the leaves on that one are open. So it does go a little bit faster because it's not using as much thread. All right, so here we go. I really like these two. So now it's gonna look like that. Will be the cover. So fun. I'm gonna add the wallpaper. I just didn't want this on the wallpaper. Mainly because some of these like these are fine, but look at the decorative stitch, how that is. And then you have down here, and it just pulls a little bit more into the paper because it's paper and it's going to rip. So I will be right back. Okay, so I just glued the back like I would any others, and now I'm going to just do a regular zigzag all the way around. Okay, so here we are with the end result. We have the wallpaper on the inside, and there's plenty of room for bigger pages and little pages, and here's the outside. And then we have some extra here, and we can either use it as a fabric flip or iron it so it looks like this and use it as pockets. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, give it a thumbs up and think of subscribing. Thank you for everyone, and I will see you guys next time. You are fabulous. Bye.